Hello and welcome back to Talk with Tahnie, your merry source to weddings. Today we're going to be talking about wedding DJ. For all you Generation Zs who don't know what that dance move is, that is called the sprinkler, and I highly suggest you don't do it in public. If you are new to the channel and just tuning in, I bring you new videos every Tuesday. Our goal is to create, educate, and have a ridiculously good time. Let's welcome our next guest, Sam White, aka DJ Sam Diego, and we're going to be talking about DJ stuff.
Let's party.
Hey Sam.
How are you?
How's it going?
I'm feeling good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Love it.
Sam, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. I'm DJ Sam Diego, the owner and lead DJ of DJ Sam Diego Events. Absolutely love weddings, absolutely love events, and got into DJing about in 2017, and I love to party. So that's me.
I love to party as well. That's why I went to Arizona State University. So Sam, what a crazy year we've had. Obviously, as we keep talking about on the show, weddings have been postponed and canceled, but kind of for wedding entertainment and DJs, how has COVID-19 directly affected, that business?
Yeah, so I think the DJs, I can't speak for all DJs, but I know for myself, I've also kind of gone into the role of a counselor. So trying to go back and forth with brides and grooms and just say, hey, we're going to get through this, let me know when we can reschedule your date, and I don't know, we're just trying to party. So it's been a lot this year.
With all changes, what is the future of wedding entertainment or DJs? So are people still wanting to have that if they're going to do a smaller ceremony or reception at a house?
Yeah, I think we definitely, DJs are a lot easier to work with versus bands as far as live entertainment goes. So that means to me that all we need really is to put up like a shelter around ourselves, and then we can still be out there. As long as people are wearing masks, I'm comfortable with still dancing and like having a good time. I think everybody's waiting and ready to get back to weddings. I'm positive of that. Everybody's in love. Come on now.
People are in love, and as I said before, this is one person you guys definitely want at your wedding for entertainment and dancing. He is amazing, he is so talented, and he is a ridiculously good time. Let's kind of dive into DJs and kind of when people are looking for a DJ or entertainment, kind of where do they get started? How do they find you?
Yeah, so most people come from online or a lot of referrals. I'd say a lot of wedding planners in San Diego specifically are like, yes, go with him or go with one of our DJs, because we are all trained in dancing on the dance floor. And on top of that, what sets us apart from other DJ companies is we actually care about the clients. We're like, yes, we can talk business, we can talk music, we can talk everything, but I want to know, like, how did you guys fall in love? Like, what's the proposal like? What's the family situation? I want to know like everything about you guys, because then I can customize the music to your wedding. So that's kind of what we do, and then, like I said, the theme is partying. So I can't wait to get back to that.
That definitely sets you guys apart. You guys do care, and taking the time to get to know your vendor team for your wedding, you guys, is so important. I cannot stress that enough. So let's kind of dive into the music part a little bit. What would you say is your number one most requested song?
I would say Bruno Mars, 24 Karat Magic. Every single time.
Really?
Everybody always wants Bruno Mars. I've had one bride in my entire career say, please do not play Bruno Mars. Everyone wants that. So Bruno Mars, he's all the rage and has been for years. I'd say as far as another thing that we get into is every year there's like a song for first dances. So I, as a DJ, kind of encourage couples to not go with the typical song. So for instance, Perfect by Ed Sheeran. Every single person did that, and that's the song of the year. I have an entire album devoted, to not going with the song of the year.
Yeah, so. that's really important. I mean, it's so true. We all go straight to pop music, I think, for our playlists, for the first...
Father, daughter, mother, son, dance.
When you walk down the aisle. the last dance, I feel like we need to get a little more creative.
Absolutely.
And when you can't think of that creativity, that's when this guy comes into the picture. So I think that's really cool that you have such a large list and other suggestions about of which songs to pick besides the pop. What's
popular? Yeah, I think that's the initial consultation, and then trying to get to know the couple is all about like, if you like a country song from when you were 6 years old, then that song should be played at your wedding if that's what you want, rather than whatever is popular at this point in time.
Very true, because you guys are going to look back on your wedding day, whether it be photos or whether you have a video, and these songs are going to live in that time. So you kind of want to look back and have them be timeless as well.
Absolutely.
So one of my unfavorite parts about weddings that us as planners, we do try to control as best we can is, of course, speeches, which are very important. But we're going to talk about that unplanned speech.
The unplanned speeches.
How do you deal with that?
So I can tell you that there's been one time in particular, probably two times, but one time in particular where I had to kind of classical music the speech out because
muffle it.
Yeah, it was, first of all, the best man was the groom's brother, and he was telling stories from childhood, then he went teenage years, then he went college years, and was detailing complete detail about every woman that had come prior to the bride. And so he just was going on and on and on, and I was like trying to give the bride eyes like, please give me permission to cancel this out. And she was like, gave me like a head nod, and SOS. I just kind of like classical music, and everybody like clapped and cheered it out. And it was, the best man was not very happy with me. He came up to me after, but like everybody else was, so.
Listen, pro tip number 75. Wedding speeches are not a time to have a roast, you guys. They're supposed to be a little more filtered than that. So just keep that in mind. If you are doing a wedding speech, don't roast.
A little bit of roast I'm okay with, but not talking about women prior to the bride. True. This is their day. True. This is not your day to tell all the stuff.
Okay, when we talk about music, it kind of goes hand in hand with dancing.
Yes.
Not with you, but there have been times when I'm planning a wedding where the dance floor is dying. It's fizzling out. They're not playing the right music. People aren't feeling the vibes. So what do you do? What do you do to liven up the dance floor? How do you get the party going again?
Yes, I have not had that happen, unfortunately. I do my very best to get as much information as possible from the couple to kind of test it out. And in addition, I do test out music during dinner time. So most DJs are off like eating dinner, and sometimes I will do that as well, but I'll test certain songs like and be like, oh, okay, people are kind of vibing to this, or they're looking at me like, oh, I remember that song, stuff like that. So then I'll know for the dance floor later, okay, Mr. Smith is coming out for that song. He's coming out and he's gonna vibe. And on top of that,
Dad is going.
Yes,
it's a good time.
Dad goes.
The right playlist.
Everybody will come out. In addition, I think if it's slow at first, I'll go up and grab a family member. I'll go up and grab grandma or something, and just kind of bring them out to the dance floor. And then everybody else is like, okay, if grandma's dancing, we're dancing too, and we go about it. So that's what we do.
Interacting with the crowd is another huge part of wedding entertainment. Makes people happy, gets people included.
Exactly.
Perfect. I love it. So kind of a thing that I think that comes up a lot is some people are DJs, some people are MCs, some people are both.
Right.
What is the difference between them? Why do you need them at the wedding? Can you kind of elaborate on those two phrases?
Yes. So DJ, of course, handles the music, handles all the transitions, etc. The MC is actually on the mic calling out Mr. and Mrs. Blank, whoever they are, or Mr. and Mr. Blank, Mrs. and Mrs. Blank, whatever it may be. So you need to be commanding and try to continue the transitions. And so doing both is something that we definitely stress, because if your MC and DJ are separate and they're not in sync, that definitely messes with everything. So we try to basically go back and forth with the event planner and just make sure that everything is smooth on the day of. The couple does not need to worry about anything, because the DJ, MC, myself, and then the event planner are in sync and we're ready to go. handle that.
Obviously, we're big music buffs, so we're going to give you guys our top 10 playlist songs in the link below, so make sure you check those out. So without further ado, Sam is going to teach me something today. I really don't know what it is, you guys. He's surprising me. So Sam, what do you have in store for us?
We're going to teach Tahnie how to Dougie. So we're going to do it kind of from our seats, usually up and about, but here we go.
God.
All right, Tahnie, so you gotta put your hands out like this.
You guys, you can expect this to happen at your wedding, so okay. I have really long arms. Am I driving a car?
Somewhat like driving a car, but with some rhythm.
Okay.
So boom, bum, 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 bum. Okay. It's more like this.
Okay.
So now we're getting. We got it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Did I Dougie?
You see Dougie, folks. And if you want to see some more Dougies, make sure you subscribe to Tahnie's channel, Talk with Tahnie.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys. I just had a ridiculously good time.
A ridiculously good time.
High five. If you learned something new today or just enjoyed our show, do us a favor, like or share this video. Our business is based on referrals and we'd love to connect with someone new. As always, stay creative and be legendary.
Oh, snap. I like that.